Many people ask us, money works for me, what do we do as investment advisors? Here's a story we want to tell you. Suppose you're 24-year-old once again. Sounds amazing, right? You just landed a good, decent paying job. After graduating, your father had called you aside one day and made you agree that you would always give him 20% of your take-home salary. You did that from the very first salary you earned. When you got married, you were apprehensive about telling your wife about this arrangement. She had an MBA in finance and a well-paying job too. When you finally told her about the arrangement with your dad, she said, "Yeah, I know. I have also promised him to give 20% of my salary every month." You are shocked. What? How can he ask you to do that? Your wife corrects you by saying, "He didn't ask for the money. I promised him." And don't you know what he does with the money? You innocently say, "No, how can I ask him what he does with it? It sounds rude, right? I don't want to upset him." Your wife smiles and says, "Don't worry, it's fine." 15 years have passed since then. One day, your wife has invited your parents for dinner and she seems to be really going overboard, or so you think. After dinner, she announces that your dad has something to say. Your dad gets up to make a speech, but all he has to say is, "Thank you, son, for trusting me and honoring our agreement for 20 years now. It's strange you never asked me about what I did with the money. Luckily, you have a smarter wife." He then offers an envelope to your wife, who says, "Dad, I know what's there in it. Give it to your son." You are confused. You take the envelope and open it. There are 2 checks and each has an amount written on it that shocks you. You ask, "How is this possible?" Your dad says, "It's all your money. I only invested it for you." You still can't believe it. And to your father you say, "But it's a very large sum. And in between, we have taken some pretty big amounts from you a couple of times." Your dad reassures you that even that was all your money, barring the amounts that were gifts from a father to son. You look at your wife. You knew about this all the time. "Yes," she says, "right from day one. Your dad and I took all the decisions jointly because that's the way he wanted it." Your dad adds, "And trust me when I say she really knows how to make your money work really hard. That's when I decided it's time to hand it all over to you both." This is what we do for our clients who subscribe to Money Works For Me Omega. We understand that client wants a trusted partner who they can rely on and someone who is working 100% for them and only them. So there's no question of any conflict of interest. We are and always have been fiduciary, no brokerage, no commission, etc. Clients also want someone who is competent but is willing to work closely with them. Respecting that their conviction is critical for success, we have built the Money Works For Me site to ensure a very high level of sharing and transparency. In addition, our investment counselors and advisors work with them in such a way that they take their decisions and act on it with conviction. This gives us the confidence that our clients will see their money growing consistently to meet their financial goals. And equally important is that in this journey they will become savvy investors, so much that we could hand over the management of their portfolio to them, just like in the story. But we hope to continue to grow and learn new things so that our clients continue to benefit from partnering with us.